a 47-boat flotilla sails straight into danger, hundreds of activists, lawmakers and Greta Thunberg aboard. Israel vows interception, some vessels may even be sunk. Italy warns, but the fleet presses on. As Yom Kippur approaches, a showdown looms at sea, and Gaza's blockade faces its most dramatic challenge yet. The large flotilla attempting to break the maritime blockade on the Gaza Strip rejected Italy's calls to stop, saying it was nearing a critical zone and expecting Israel to take action soon to stop its advance. In a Telegram post, the Global Sumud Flotilla said,
"We have now entered the high-risk zone, the area where previous flotillas have been attacked and/or intercepted."
The flotilla's boats are approximately 120 nautical miles from Gaza. At around 5:30 a.m. Jerusalem time, the flotilla's Instagram page posted that unidentified boats had approached some of the flotilla boats with their lights off, then promptly left. Meanwhile, Israeli authorities have been readying to intercept the many vessels and take the hundreds of activists to shore to be deported or detained, in a complex operation that could potentially come to a head during Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year in Judaism, which starts on the evening of October 1st. The 47-boat Global Sumud Flotilla is set to reach the Strip this week. It is carrying over 500 activists, including Swedish campaigner Greta Thunberg, as well as parliamentarians and lawyers. IDF spokesman Brigadier General Effie Defrin said last week that the Navy was ready to intercept the boats, although he noted that it would be a greater challenge than past flotilla attempts due to the number of vessels. Due to the large number of vessels, the Navy is expected to board the boats, detain the activists, and bring them to one large Navy ship, and from there, bring them to Ashdod port to be deported from the country. Some of the activists' vessels may be towed to Ashdod port as well, though military sources said they expect that some may be sunk at sea by the Navy. Hebrew media reported on September 30th that some 600 police officers were taking part in the effort to take the participants, once they are brought to Ashdod port, to a facility in southern Israel during Yom Kippur, and to then deport those who agree to be deported on October 2nd. According to Channel 12, those who refuse will be dealt with by Interior Ministry staff using a special tribunal to be formed within the Ketziat jail. The report added that around 8 ambulances were set to be ready near the coast in case flotilla participants require medical attention, and that several hospitals have been put on high alert. Haaretz reported that Israeli security officials had recommended that the government reach diplomatic understandings with the flotilla organizers rather than a military intervention, and believed the leaders didn't adequately explore this option. The report also said the organizers had rejected all the offers presented to them. The Sumud Flotilla is being escorted by 1 Spanish and 2 Italian Navy vessels, which their respective governments have clarified are not expected to use military force. The Italian Defense Ministry said that the country's ships would stop following the flotilla once it gets within 150 nautical miles of the shore. The Italian Defense Ministry said in a statement that the ship, Alpino F594, will issue 2 warnings to activists, with the second and final one foreseen at around Mendini night, when the flotilla is expected to get within the stated distance. Earlier, on September 30th, an Italian spokeswoman for the flotilla, Maria Elena Delia, said that activists had been informed about the government's plans to have the Navy ship stop and turn back to avoid a diplomatic incident with Israel. She said the flotilla had no intention of heeding Italy's warnings not to get closer to the shore. Italy and Spain deployed Navy vessels last week to assist the flotilla, after it was hit by drones armed with stun grenades and irritants in international waters off Greece, but without any intention to engage militarily. Delia said activists were bracing for another strike in the coming hours. In a video on Instagram, she said,
"Israel will probably attack us tonight because all the signals point to this happening."
Italian Premier Giorgia Meloni urged the flotilla to stop immediately, saying that the aid mission could undermine hopes for peace based on US President Donald Trump's 20-point proposal for ending the war, rebuilding Gaza, and moving toward limited Palestinian statehood.
"I fear that the flotilla's attempt to breach the Israeli naval blockade could provide a pretext for this. Also, for this reason, I believe the flotilla should stop now."
The organisers claimed the Italian statements amounted to sabotage. Italy calls it protection. We call it sabotage. In a statement, the flotilla said,
The Italian government is choosing to escort us only to the point of danger and then try to peel us away, delivering us back to shore empty-handed, as Israel continues to slaughter and starve the Palestinian people with complete impunity. We say again, the flotilla sails onward.
The Sumud Flotilla sails deeper into peril, defying warnings, rejecting compromise, bracing for interception. On the eve of Yom Kippur, every nautical mile brings the showdown closer. History may remember this night in fire or in silence. The question lingers, will defiance reach Gaza or sink before the shore?